Hi everyone, and welcome to your Niagara News Update for Wednesday, November the 30th, brought to you by bulletnewsniagara.ca and ikfadtv.com. I'm Annie Sylvester. First, a look at weather in the region from Environment Canada. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of -1 for Thursday. A mixture of sun and clouds, winds from the southwest at 20 kilometers per hour early in the evening, a high of 7 in Niagara Falls. For full details of the weather in your area, just type in your region on the Bullet News Niagara homepage. In a landslide vote, the St. Catharines Thorold Chamber of Commerce membership voted to enter negotiations for a merger with a new Greater Niagara Chamber of Commerce by spring. Chairwoman Nancy Diamond called it a historic evening for Niagara, saying the move is one members have wanted for years and the change reflects who they are as a membership and that they don't believe in artificial boundaries within Niagara. Details of the merger in terms of office locations and staffing are to be worked out in the future. The GNCC appeared on the scene in January with the purpose of forming one voice representation for Niagara businesses, an idea that was not popular everywhere as it would mean the end of the smaller associations. The St. Catharines Thorold, however, embraced their approach and is so far the only chamber to make the merger move. Niagara Falls and Niagara-on-the-Lake have rejected it. Now to a story on recycling. Banning plastic bottles seems to be environmentally friendly, but technology has changed in some ways, and there are questions now in Niagara Falls if the banning is having the desired effect. Some critics claim the bylaw is actually hurting small businesses. Council was petitioned by Breakaways Monday night, who are the food and beverage providers at the new Gale Centre, to see if biodegradable water bottles could be sold at the new arena. That request was shot down in a motion by Councillor Carolyn Iannone, who moved that Council not meddle with the bylaw passed in 2009. But Stephen Witherington, a food broker from C.W. Shasky and Vaughan, told Council that bottles from a company called Reed Leaf Water actually break down to nothing in 250 days in ideal conditions. That's compared to the older technology where it takes 500 to 1,000 years. And while Council remained firm on not allowing new plastic bottles into the centre, another recycling concern was brought up, and that's of Gale Centre staff dumping recyclables in the trash. The matter is being looked at for further study. St. Catharines City Councillors will have 7 options to replace the Gatorade Garden City complex, which includes the Jack Gatecliff and Rex Steimer's Arena, but city staff are recommending a new 5,000-seat spectator facility for the Niagara Ice Dogs and another 700-seat arena for the St. Catharines Falcons and other users to ensure the city maintains its 9 ice rinks. The staff recommendations were part of a report by St. Catharines CAO Colin Briggs, which was distributed to councillors Monday night, a week before a scheduled debate at City Council. The cost of the project, if Council chooses to follow staff recommendations, would be $63.1 million. Full details of the story are available on the Bullet News Niagara news page. Niagara Falls Council has voted to allow smoking zones outside the Scotiabank Convention Centre, despite trying to previously enforce a non-smoking policy. According to Carrie Painter, the centre's president and general manager, the city's current bylaw, which prohibits smoking on any city-owned property, is impeding their guests who smoke and have limited time to go elsewhere for a puff. Some councillors approve of making changes to policy, citing that other private establishments are already immune from the bylaw, while others do not. When it came time to vote, though, the majority of councillors voted to move ahead with the project. Well, with Christmas around the corner, a lot of us are perhaps experiencing a little bit more stress than usual. There are things you can do to cope with it, though, and I got a chance to catch up with health expert Michael Zappatelli from Hanson Health Centre at an informative seminar he held last night at Camiso's to find out more.
We obviously can't control every possible stress out there, whether it's environmental, things come up in our lives that are emotional or mental, financial, relationships. So we're looking at possible ways tonight, especially through the nutritional approach, what we can do to kind of aim at lowering those stress levels and helping our body to recover at a quicker rate. There's no real rocket science news when it comes to this type of thing in nutrition. It's just eating natural as much as possible, cutting out all the refined processed foods that our bodies can't handle at an efficient rate, which actually decrease our energy levels. We want to get whole, rich, natural foods into our system as much as possible. And unfortunately today, a lot of those foods are still depleted in some of the nutrients. So this is where some of the major supplement companies, more of the professional lines, come in to help provide us with the nutrients that we can't even get out of foods to help us reach more of an optimal level of living rather than just saying I'm fine today. I want to feel great. I would weigh nutrition at more of 80% of what you're trying to achieve, because nutrition is such an important part of our lives. We can't physically get to the gym every single day, whether it's even just going outside. And when you look at the percentages throughout the day, if you go to the gym or go outside for an hour a day for 7 days of the week, you're only still getting 5% of your total time in physical exercise. So nutrition, if you're eating anywhere 3, 4, 5 times a day, you can see how much of an impact that will have on your body, more so than your physical fitness. So if I were to say I have to miss the gym today and miss my meals, I'd rather miss the gym than miss my meals. And of course, sleep is another component that we are neglecting in our society today, and that's the whole part of recovery. So you get the nutrition in through the day, and you get the proper sleep at night to help you recover and let your body regenerate.
For more information, you can contact Michael directly at mzap@cogeco.ca. And with that, we're going to take a short break. Stay with us, though. We've got lots more on the way, including the latest on Farmetics in Fort Erie and some video coverage of a new local Christmas play called Santa Klutz.
Hello, my name is Albert Zappatelli, and I'd like to welcome you and your family to Zappy's Pizza and Pasta in the great city of Niagara Falls. Our goal is simple: to provide the freshest and tastiest homemade food the city has to offer. There we are. Nothing frozen, nothing processed. Just back to basics like my family taught me. Thank you and enjoy.
Welcome back. Consulting firm Deloitte, who was hired to assess the feasibility of finding a new buyer for the Farmetics Inc. plant in Fort Erie, is halfway through its task. Deloitte is one of Canada's leading business consultancy firms, and at stake is the 200 or so jobs at the contract drug maker. Members of a task force, which include representation from the EDTC, the company, the town of Fort Erie, and the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, met again Monday to discuss progress to date. The town of Fort Erie has put up $50,000 towards the cost of the study, and a provincial grant application has been submitted seeking matching funds. The plant is one of the last large industrial employers in Fort Erie, a town which 20 years ago boasted thousands of high-paying manufacturing jobs. Well, for some local and festive entertainment, why not check out Santa Klutz at the historic Niagara Artistic Exhibition Centre on Queen Street in Niagara Falls. Here's one of the cast members, Dean Tedesco, talking about the play.
Well, this Christmas play is basically a play about tolerance. It was written by a dentist friend of mine, Doug McDonald, and I brought it to Queen Street 4 years ago when we were part of the revitalization of the downtown core. Hence, the developers of the downtown are of Jewish faith, and so I thought it would be nice to have a play about tolerance. So this play is basically about Jewish people and Gentiles getting along and celebrating the Christmas holidays together. The downtown needs the support of the community. Obviously we live in a tourist-attracted town, and a lot of the main activities happen at the other side of town, so we're trying to encourage people to come back and support their old downtown.
For tickets, you can visit the Historic Niagara Exhibition Centre at 4323 Queen Street, or just send an email to niagaragallery@hotmail.com. And that concludes today's program. Thanks so much for joining us. From everyone here at Bullet News and Ikfad TV, I'm Annie Sylvester. Good night.